Did I play enough in the casino aboard Norwegian Getaway to earn marketing comps? And would I even use them? Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up? My name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining my video today. If this is the first time on my channel, it's all about how I use marketing comps from the casino aboard the world's biggest cruise lines to cruise fare free, earn free drinks, free play, and a whole lot more. My whole point of this channel is showing you what I do so that hopefully you can do it too and get aboard Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Carnival, Princess, and more lines for a heck of a lot less. I've been on over 35 free cruises. I recently just added Celebrity, which I've gotten a couple of marketing offers from after my first sailing on Celebrity Reflection. And of course, I sail all the time on Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Princess. Check out some of the videos in my free cruising in the casino playlist if you want to learn how you can do it too. The subject of today's video is my first sailing on Norwegian Cruise Lines in quite some time, trying to earn my first comps. I have cruised on Norwegian 4 times before, and it's been thoroughly enjoyable each and every time, but I really wasn't playing a lot in the casino previously. The first 3, I didn't even touch the casino, and the last one before this most recent one, I played a little bit in the casino, but I didn't really understand how marketing offers work and comps work in the casino, so I didn't really play enough to generate any offers. So when I got a mailer from Norwegian inviting me aboard Getaway on a 4-night without paying any cruise fare, I jumped on it. Now, I have to admit, this video is going to be pretty critical of Norwegian, and I know there's a lot of Norwegian Cruise Lines fans out there. There's a lot to love about Norwegian. They do a lot of things really well. So I want to start with some positives to Norwegian before I, start telling you some of the negatives I experienced. First of all, the ship was gorgeous. Norwegian Getaway was refurbed, I think, in 2024. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but they did a great job. The ship is beautiful. It's well laid out. There's lots of great eating options. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I stayed in a studio cabin because I wanted to try it out. And for me, by myself, I thought it was great. I really loved the space, even though it was really small. I think it's under 200 square feet. And you do have to get a little bit creative about how you store things, but they've got some really interesting things that have dual purposes in those cabins. So I think it's definitely doable. And like I said, I was very comfortable and I thoroughly enjoyed being in one of those studio solos. Another great thing about the studio solos is that they've got a studio lounge. You get free specialty coffee. They've got snacks all day, every day. And also between 5 and 7, they've got a happy hour there where they bring a bartender in and you can get drinks. Of course, they're not free, but you can actually mix and mingle. That's what they're trying to do, get solos together. And I didn't really do that too much because I was working and I was kind of otherwise occupied. But if you're a solo and you want to meet people, could be a very good option for you. Found the customer service to be really great. I found a lot of the entertainment activities were really good, including the glow party at H2O Spice. That was a highly recommended activity if you go aboard Getaway or any other Norwegian ships with that H2O Spice on the back of the ship. Really cool. Huge dance area. Some of the ships like Epic have a pool that they can drain and make a stage out of at night. And then there's kind of stadium seating along the back. There's a bar back there. It's really cool. And it was a lot of fun attending that glow party. All right. So now on to the negatives. We'll start with kind of some overall negatives and then we'll get into the casino, how I played and all that good stuff. So the first thing I'm going to say is Embarcation sucks on NCL. I mean, Royal Caribbean's kind of ruined us. If you've sailed on Royal, you know you can go from walking in that terminal door to being aboard the ship in like minutes. I think my record is 17 minutes from walking in and then being on the ship. And this is even big ports like Miami, like they have it figured out. Of course, you do all of your check-in stuff on your app, or at least you should, and that's going to make it super fast. You twirl through, you check in, you go through security, and you're right aboard the ship. They don't hold you. They don't make you wait in a lounge or anything like that. You get to enjoy the ship pretty much immediately after you arrive. That's really cool. Unfortunately, Norwegian is not the same. You don't check in on the app and you have to go through this whole rigmarole. You wait in line in order to check in. They've got these huge, long desks where you have to wait in line, go up, do all of your processes, get vetted. The one good thing about this system is you do get your card before you get on the ship, which is a minor inconvenience on Royal because you can use your app to do things like get drinks and stuff like that once you're on board before you get your card at your stateroom. So the first thing is you have to wait, and then they put you in a holding lounge where you have to sit and wait before they start boarding by group. It's almost like airline. That's one of the things I really hate about flying is the whole boarding thing. Well, they've managed to do that on a cruise ship, which really sucks. So even though I was there kind of around my scheduled time, I did get a fairly early boarding group. I think it was group 2. We still have to wait like 45 minutes to get on the ship, and that really sucks. We want to be on the ship, exploring, having fun, all that stuff. So once that happens, it's mayhem. Like, first of all, everyone is lined up where you actually board, and they had to tell people several times to clear that area to start boarding, which delayed us further. Then finally, when we got on the ship, we had to wait until almost 2:30 in order to get into our rooms. Now, if you know, with Royal Caribbean, you can get into your cabin as early as 1 p.m. Royal's just got embarkation and debarkation really sorted out. And when you go from that to what Norwegian's doing, it's really a letdown. Now on to something that might not be a huge deal, but it really annoyed me. And I know it really upsets other people as well. So I got the drinks package, which I thought was really, really affordable. It was $128 for the entire 4-night sailing. That is a fantastic bargain. If you know Royal Caribbean, you know, if you were to buy it without getting a discount, you're looking at about that much per day on one of the bigger ships. You probably can get it for maybe $60 or even $50 if you have a high level with Crown and Anchor on some older ships. But you're paying a lot. So that was a really good bargain until I went up to a bar as soon as I got on the ship and tried to get a bottle of water with my package. And I was told bottled water and specialty coffee is not part of the drinks package. So how much do you think a bottle of water costs aboard Norwegian Getaway? Do you think it's like $2.50 like it is on Royal Caribbean? No. $4? No. $6? No. It was over $7 for a bottle of nasty Dasani water. That is reprehensible. To me, that's unacceptable. And that shows you a few of the things that Norwegian is doing where they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot. And again, you could say, Chris, what's the big deal? You have a couple bottle of waters, you pay a little bit more. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. My annoyance with that is that is not really sending a good signal to your customer, right? What does a bottle of water cost Norwegian? 50 cents maybe? And they're marking it up that much. With tip, I paid over $8 for my bottles of water. As far as I'm concerned, that's kind of unacceptable. Additionally, if you're selling somebody a drinks package and you're not offering them free water, that is also a very bad message. And I would be really surprised if Norwegian has not been sued for this. You're not giving people an opportunity to drink some water with their alcohol in order to kind of pace themselves. And you're encouraging people to drink more alcohol instead of drinking water or drinking soda. I kind of mentioned it to the bartender. I asked him how he felt about it, and he hated it. He hated the fact that he had to charge that much for water. And he even pointed out, we want people to drink responsibly and we can't even offer them water with drinks packages. So this is something that really kind of soured me really early on this whole experience, despite all the great stuff that I was seeing and experiencing. Another really small thing, and I don't really blame Norwegian for this, but one of the venues I wanted to eat at was the Shanghai noodle place. And I was really looking forward to it. Of course, I watch a lot of YouTube before I sail, and I really wanted to experience it. It looked like it was highly rated and pretty good. But I tried to book something like 15 minutes after I got on the ship because I knew I had to do it right away. Already completely booked solid. So I got lucky and I actually went up to the desk, the maitre d' desk, and I asked them if they had something, and I did manage to find a time to dine on the next night at around 8:30. So that was pretty lucky. I recommend you do that too. And I really did enjoy it. The food was really good. Although I will tell you, the portions are really small, so don't be afraid to order like double appetizers, order a bunch of different appetizers, order 2 entrees, because the food is really small portions, but I think it's designed that way so that you can sample and try more things. So really enjoyed the experience of eating there, did not enjoy the experience of trying to get in there. Another one of the free options is O'Shea's, which is a pub, an Irish pub and eatery. They've got a lot of really great options. They're open super late. This is something I think Norwegian does really good. But again, trying to get in, I tried to get in on sea day, and it was really, really difficult to get into this place. Of course, I was also on the ship during World Cup, and there was a World Cup game going on, so that made it a little bit harder. These things I don't really blame Norwegian on, because I think that most cruise lines have their challenges when it comes to food, whether it's like too much specialty dining, not enough free options, or again, having problems booking. So I'm not gonna criticize NCL too much for that, but it's something that you need to know. All right, on to the casino. Here's some red flags with the NCL casino program and why I may not take them up on any offers should I get them. First of all, something you may already know, something I knew before I got on the ship, Norwegian Cruise Lines charges a $20 per day administration fee on comped cruises. So it's not a comped cruise. They're charging you $20 a day. It's a heavily discounted cruise. Now, that's not a deal breaker necessarily, but it is something to know. If you're going on a 7-night, you're going to pay $140. If you're sailing with somebody else, you're going to pay $280 for this admin fee. Another thing you need to know about the casino program, I saw it, I didn't get a photo, and I'll explain to you why here in a couple of seconds, but their gate for getting an instant comped cruise, so like it would be an instant certificate on Royal Caribbean, is 2,000 points. Their point system is the same as it is on Royal, so that is $5 a point. With average luck, you're gonna spend $2,000 to get that instant certificate. Now that is a lot. That is a lot. That is lining up with like MSC, Virgin Voyages, and some of those higher end cruises. And so the reason why I don't sail on them, because you can't really get economical comps on those lines. So if you're looking for an instant certificate, that's what you're gonna pay. Now, conversely, if you're going on a 4-night on a Royal Caribbean ship, you would probably get a cruise for 2, maybe not a huge selection, 1 or 2 or 3 cruises for about 800 points. So that is a huge disparity. And things like this, the admin fee, the high instant certificate rate, those are the reasons why this casino was never really busy. I did not have to fight for a slot. I basically had my pick of the litter all the time. This casino was not that busy, and I would imagine this is the same across most Norwegian cruise line ships, unless they're having like a specialty casino sailing or something like that. Now, they did release a bunch of getaways to casino cruisers. That's how I got on, just with the administration fee. So they were trying to fill this ship with gamblers and they still couldn't. So that tells you a lot. Another thing that you need to know, now this is just hearsay, I've only heard it from a couple of people, I have not experienced it myself, but Norwegian Cruise Line does not generate marketing offers for casinos the same way that a Royal, a Carnival, a Princess does. Whereas they send you emails every once in a while, they'll send you mailers saying that you've earned cruises for 2, cruises for 1, free play, free drinks, all that stuff via these emails or these snail mail brochures. Apparently they don't do that. Apparently you have to call into their casino department to see if your previous rated play entitles you to a comped cruise. I don't like this. I don't like to have to be on the gun and call in and try to find out what I can book. I want to be able to get onto the website and see all of my offers, see what my schedule is, and be able to book what I want. So for me, that's also a huge negative. So I would say if I do end up getting an opportunity to book, I'll probably only end up booking if it's a Prima Plus class ship, which is their newest, most beautiful ships like Aqua, Prima, those kinds of ships, Luna. I really want to get on one of those ships. They look fantastic. And like I said, I don't hate Norwegian. I just kind of hate their casino program. Now, if you didn't buy the drinks package like me, it's like Princess and it's like Carnival, where you need to be actively playing at a machine in order to receive a free drink. Now, they don't make it so that that's part of your offer. They just do that for anybody who is actively playing in the casino, which isn't bad. I found their coverage of their waiters was really uneven. Sometimes I'd be asked 3 times in 10 minutes. Sometimes I wouldn't see somebody for 30 minutes. I would have to get up and go to the bar that's close to the casino in order to get my drink with my drinks package. Now, a good thing about Getaway is there is a bar right outside the smoking section and along a hallway which has some slots. I do love the layout of the Getaway casino. It's big. There's a lot of really great options to play slots. There's a lot of different variety of slots. And like I said, that bar kind of being in the casino is really convenient as well. Although it can get quite busy because it's right across the way from Shanghai. So because Shanghai noodles get super busy, people tend to wait there and people tend to order drinks there as well. Another thing that you'll like, especially if you're a non-smoker, is the smoking section is completely enclosed in glass. I love this idea because I think that it's a great way to segregate smokers, not pollute the entire casino with smoke, but still give smokers a place to play. I think this is a great middle ground. And there were some good machines, including video poker, to play in the smoking casino, as well as some tables. So it's not like you wouldn't have a lot of good things to choose from. I found the best machines, though, were in the not smoking section, which wasn't a problem for me. Another good thing that you'll want to know is that their video poker is still $10 a point, whereas, as you know, Royal Caribbean has made it $15 a point, which makes it much harder to earn tier credits when you're playing video poker, and really takes away a lot of the value of using that as a method to build up your points and build up your play. Finally, this is something that affected me really negatively, but it's probably not going to matter to you. I got scolded twice for recording, and it really annoyed me because I'm trying to give you guys content. I'm trying to show you the games I'm playing. I'm trying to show you the casino layout. I tried to record the casino when it was closed. Royal Caribbean, even Carnival, does not mind when you do this if the casino is closed, because the reason they don't let you record in the casino, generally speaking, is they don't want people who are playing to be recorded. And I absolutely understand that. But like I said, I got scolded when I was recording and there was nobody in the casino. And that really irritated me. Secondly, I was scolded when I was recording my own machine. Again, with Royal Caribbean, they don't care if you record your own machine. If you're not recording anybody else, you're just recording your own machine. I have never once been asked to stop recording on all of my 25 plus Royal Caribbean cruises. I have, however, been asked not to record on Princess. I have not been asked to not record on Carnival, though. So that's something that affects me, right? I'm trying to bring you guys content, and that might make me decide not to sail with NCL just for that reason, unless I decide to do a cruise and then just not really record anything on it. All right, with all that said, let's get on to the numbers. So for day one, I put $200 in. I lost it all, so lost $200. I played for 2.25 hours. I earned 138 points. Remember, points are $5 a point, just like Royal Caribbean. And my return to player was 71.1%. Not great. Day two, another $200 in. This time I cashed out with $111. I lost $89. I spent 2 hours in the casino and I earned 142 points. And my return to player was 87.5%, which is just on average return to player for machines like this. Day 3, I didn't put any more money into the machine. I cashed out with $81. I lost $19. I was in the casino playing for 3 hours, pretty good on that amount. I earned 145 points and my return to player was excellent, 97.4%. I played for a long time. Day 4, I put another $300 in. I do not know why I did this on the last night because I was already at my points threshold. I probably should have just played what I had left and called it a day, but I think I lost a lot really early and it was early in the evening and I still wanted to play. So I went a little bit hog wild, but I got lucky. I cashed $217 out. I lost $164. I played 3.25 hours. I earned 195 points and my return to player was a little below average. It was 83.2%. So my totals for this 4-night cruise, $700 in, $217 out. I lost $483, which is a little bit over my budget. I played for 10.5 hours, which is really solid. About 2.65 hours a day, so above my minimum threshold. I earned 620 points, which is above the 400 points that would kind of be my low gate for a 4-night. And my return to player was 84.5%, which is a little bit below the average return to player for these machines, but it's not terrible. So based on this play, I earned about the same amount of points per day and I played about the same amount of hours per day as I did on Celebrity Reflection, which was my first sailing on Celebrity. I have already earned 2 marketing offers on Celebrity, including an Edge class ship, the Beyond, which is really, really exciting. So I'm already getting good offers from Celebrity for my play there. Is it gonna mean I'm gonna get good offers from Norwegian Cruise Lines? Am I gonna get marketing offers? Will they send me mailers? Does that exist? I honestly don't know. If you sail with Norwegian, please let me know in the comments. So next steps now, I think I'm going to give it a couple more weeks to let everything register and settle in. And then I'm going to call the casino line and see if I've qualified for any comps. See if there's anything there, a Prima Plus cruise ship that I might want to take and sail again on Norwegian. I really have to weigh this carefully because as you know, I've got all these comps on Royal, Celebrity, Princess, Carnival's really bringing the heat with all these interesting offers. So even if I do get an offer from Norwegian, I have to consider, all of the negatives of Norwegian. Am I going to sail again? Maybe I'll just sail once on Prima Plus just for that experience. Maybe that can win me over. But if anybody from Norwegian Cruise Lines is watching this, I'm saying this sincerely. You've got a great product. You've got beautiful, beautiful ships. There's a lot to like about what Norwegian's offering. But if you're trying to attract more gamblers, you got to get rid of that administration fee. That is a killer. A lot of people will not sail on you on principle because they're getting offers from all these other lines. Additionally, you really need to start sending people marketing offers. If you want them to return and play again, you have to entice them to come because guess what? All these other cruise lines are doing it. So they're getting in people's faces and these people are going to sail with those other lines. What do you guys think? Did I say anything that you think is incorrect about Norwegian? Keep in mind, this is my first true gambling experience on this line, and I may not have gotten everything right. I love when you guys correct me because that's how I learn. So please put whatever you have in the comments. Let me know what your experiences are in Norwegian. And of course, I'll let you know if my play has earned me any comps from Norwegian. So coming up in this series, I'm not sure if I can do the slots I recommend you play and avoid on Getaway because again, as I told you, I was scolded. I did get some machines, so I'll see if I have enough slots in order to produce a video. But at the very least, I will be giving you an every penny I spent on this comped Norwegian Cruise Lines cruise. We can see how much I spent, see if it's actually a value against Royal Caribbean, Princess, Carnival, Celebrity, and you can decide whether you want to try to earn comps on Norwegian. As always, thank you so much for watching.